Hey, sports fans, Louis Diamond from our Las Vegas handicapping studios, and we're here an hour early today because they got plenty of college football kicking off in an hour, and we're going to get down to every single game. So get into the games. I want to make sure that you know that the way to get this information as soon as it happens is you have to subscribe either to BettorCenter, the BettorCenter group on Facebook, or you have to subscribe to Louis Diamond on YouTube. You do either of those, as soon as these videos come out, boom, you will get the winners as fast as we can get them to you. So that being said, we had a great day yesterday. We got another big day planned for us. I have Del Warfield and Tony Gullidge sitting in the box, ready to make you some money here today. Good morning, gentlemen. How are you today?
Morning, Louis.
Good morning, Del. Looks like Tony. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right, there we go. How you doing? You ready to make us some money here today?
Yeah, let's get it, man. Let's grip it and rip it. Let's fly.
All right, so we'll grip it and rip it. So let's start right off with, even though it is college football, let's get this NBA playoff game out of the way. Rockets and the Lakers. Game opens up 6.5, solid 6.5. The numbers pretty much come to its own. And then 214.5 was the opening. They bet it a little bit towards the over. Tony, what do you got?
Okay. Well, I lost my first best bet in 4 days last night with the Raptors. Did cash with the Nuggets. We're going to come right back here. We're going to play the Lakers to finish this series off. I think Houston's done. I saw a hint of that 10-man from the Wizard of Oz and the Rockets last night, or the last game. I think they're ready to give up and spit the bit. I think tonight you see the Lakers really push hard to get the series over with. And even if the Rockets make a run toward the end, I don't think it's going to be too little too late. Rockets win and make this number. Take the Rockets tonight. Take the Lakers tonight. Excuse me.
I hate when I do that. I do that mistakenly, and boy, oh boy, the Freudian slip's a killer. So, but you are on the Lakers tonight. You think the Lakers finish it off, and they probably do it with the cover, and the total got steamed a little bit to the over. I just think that the over may be a little bit of a play here, and but I don't have much of a vibe on the game at all. So we're just going to leave. We're going to leave us with that game. So let's just move on to the next game. Let's get right into college football. And our first game in college football is Arkansas State and Kansas State. And the question is, all right, we got Del back on with us. So with Kansas State, they open up a 12-point favorite. Kansas State bet up to 14. I said a few days ago I'm going to be rolling with Kansas State. They are a team that will cover when they can cover, so you want to look for them in a favorite role. I believe, at this stage of the game, they're definitely the better team, the better conference, and I believe they can bring something to the table here today to cover this number of 12. I think you were leaning the other way, weren't you, Tony?
No, I like Kansas State in this game, and I liked it before. And after I got to see the opposition of Arkansas State, why it's not coming to my head right now. They got crushed. I know that. So we got to see the game the other night. We just Miami played. Oh, UAB. We got to watch Miami play UAB. UAB put up 40 points against Arkansas State. We saw, pretty much Miami's was a little disappointing, even though they covered. I thought they were pretty sloppy, and that UAB just couldn't really do anything. Their offensive line was horrible. So with, kind of using that, I liked Kansas State earlier. It was 10.5 at one point this week. It really was low. It's jumped up. I got it at 13 is what I got it at. And I do like Kansas State today. For me, that is a play. The inner circle is getting Kansas State to cover the 13 at home. So let's go Kansas State.
Well, if you can get 13 still, it's still a little late, but I know you gave your clients the plays earlier. I released it a couple days ago on the show. We're at 14 right now. I still like it at 14. Of course, I don't like it nearly as much as a 12. So, but I still believe Kansas State will dominate the game. And the total went from 59 down to 54.5. I definitely have a lean on the under. I think Arkansas State is going to have a tough time putting the points on the board. I believe we got Dell back with us, and I believe, Dell, you're on this game today, are you not?
Yes, sir. So this is actually going to be one of my favorite plays today, actually. So you have the Red
Nice.
Wolves and the Kansas State. We did talk about this one earlier as well, and I did post this to subscribers earlier in the week too. So for the Red Wolves versus Kansas State, I like this game going under. We talked about, Kansas State has that pro-style offense. They returned that big offensive line that they got. This is going to be a run-heavy game. I don't really see the Red Wolves putting up very much points on this pretty good Kansas State defense. I like the under here. Action's actually coming on the over. The line's moving down. I think you said it was 55.5 it opened up at, or 55. I got it at 54.5. It's even moving down to 54. So I love this game going under. Red Wolves versus Kansas State under. Let's go.
All right, thank you, Dell. Yeah, that game actually opened up at 59. Now it's been steamed down, but I still think the under is obviously the play. Whether you're late to the party or not, I'll let you be the judge on that. But the under was certainly the play, and I definitely think Kansas State will pull away from this team and cover the number. All right, gentlemen. So we're into college football, and now next game on the schedule is going for our schedule is going to be the the Raging Cajuns versus the Iowa State Cyclones. So this is kind of a tough game. Iowa State, in my opinion, is the play to play them actually is as a road favorite or a road underdog, getting double digits on grass. Believe it or not, that's a spot for Iowa State. I got a feeling it's going to be too many points in this game, but I don't really. And Raging Cajuns have actually had some decent numbers against the spread over the past few years. Right, I have Raging Cajuns 5 straight covers in September, 15-5-1 on the grass, 7-3 as an underdog, 9-4 on the road. But 1-4 their last 5 games, so they did not do very well to end the season last year. They didn't do well versus Big 12 teams, 1-4 their last 5 games. So a little bit of something there for the Raging Cajuns, but they may have a tougher opponent. Cyclones 0-4 their last 4 games against the spread, 4-9 on grass, and 2-7 as a home favorite. So trends are giving you a little bit of an edge to the Raging Cajuns. Dell, do you have anything on this one?
Yeah, so pretty interesting. Actually, the Raging Cajuns are returning about 75% of their starters, too. I think they're a really good underdog team. They do have a lot of that underdog value, probably winning outright a lot of their games this season. But to play against like a big school like Iowa State, it's going to be tough, right? They're used to playing against, high school teams. When you actually come and play against a ranked opponent at their house, it's going to be a little bit tougher than that. So I want to lean here with the Raging Cajuns, but my heart's kind of telling me Iowa State should be able to handle this game pretty easily. So I can't make a decision on this one. I'm just going to pass on this one.
Okay, game opened up 11.5. It is 12. Total opened up at 58, down to 56.5. A little touch on the under. What kind of touchings you giving this game here, Tony?
Yeah, I think I'm in line with both you guys kind of on this. For me, Iowa State is just a team I am not going to trust as a home favorite, especially double digits like this. So what I go to when I look at a game like this is I'm looking for any value on the underdog. I've seen Iowa State lay 17 before and score 16. I've seen them lay that kind of egg where they just the
Right.
offense just doesn't show up. So and you just don't want to get into that position where you're betting a game, even if that's a good number by the books. I'm going to give them credit here. They didn't put it up to 2 touchdowns, but they sure as hell didn't make it single digits. So they put you right there where you really don't want to step one side or the other. I'm going to pass this game, but I'll be honest, my gut says to take the underdog here. My intuition says Iowa State is a sucker bet, kind of, but I'm not willing to make a play here myself.
All right, so we all have that little vibe on the dog, so it's probably the nuts, guys, because we're really not pulling the trigger, and we know it's probably the winner, but we're a little scared. So I guess my opinion after everything is Ragens are the nuts today. So, anyways, let's go to the next game. The Syracuse Orangemen. Last time they were a 3-touchdown underdog or more, they faced a team called the Clemson Tigers, and they beat them. So the question is, now as a 22-point underdog versus UNC, certainly not the Clemson Tigers, is that too many points today? Tony.
All right, well, right off the top, I played Syracuse plus 24. I found 24 this morning. I just took it. As a Tar Heel alum, even wearing a Tar Heel shirt this morning, I'm going to be the first one to say that Carolina is the kind of team that is going to give you the good games when you don't expect it. You know, they're going to give you an effort when you don't expect it. When you start expecting something out of this team, they're probably going to let you down in terms of a 22, 24-point spread. Just it's mind-boggling to me. Unless there's something out there that I'm just haven't found. I mean, I've scoured for the information here. I'm not seeing anything to indicate that Syracuse, like half their team won't show up. Or 22. The last time these two teams played, it was a high-scoring shootout. Syracuse ended up winning it 40-37. I just don't see Carolina's defense being that strong this early, where Syracuse can't score something. It's not even going to take maybe a couple touchdowns from Syracuse, and they're probably going to make this number. That even the total seems a little high to me for this early in the season. But for me and my clients, I put them on Syracuse. I think that's the way to go. Play Syracuse, take the points, and I think you're going to get a winner here today.
All right, Tony, feeling pretty good about Syracuse? You definitely, it is 23.5 in most places, but 5 dimes, I don't want to really mention the books too much, but they got plus 24 on that line right now. So 24 points for the Orange is Tony's play here. So I'd pay attention, and I'd be leery of laying them points. To me, I was looking at laying them points, but way on the move. The game opened up 16.5, so everybody is on North Carolina. But Tony, or maybe Dell, what do you got?
Yep. So for Syracuse versus the Tar Heels today, we talked about this one earlier in the week, and I really liked that game going over. I'm still loving it. That total moved up, though, from 65 literally today when I was putting a parlay in, up to 67, like literally like less than an hour ago. So the line is going up, so if you want it, you probably got to get it sooner than later. But I like this game going over. You know, Syracuse, they play with pace, right? They're probably one of the fastest offensive teams in college football. Their defense is returning very little starters from last year, so they're going to have trouble stopping the Tar Heels, in my opinion. I think Howell's going to be a big impact in his sophomore season. I just really like the points here. I love the pace. I like this game going over 65. As far as the side, it's really hard to take that the 24. If I am going to lean, of course, I'm going to ride with Tony. Tony's been fire, but me personally, I'm going to have to stay away from this side.
Okay. All right. So there you go, Dell. I'm going to agree with you on the over here. Syracuse got that fast-paced offense. They really don't have much on defense. They do have cornerbacks, so I will say that they have some talented cornerbacks, but that's about what they have on defense. So I think their defense is really going to struggle. North Carolina is certainly going to be putting up the points, and they're going to get the ball often because Syracuse is going to be in a fast-paced game. They will dictate that. So I do ride with you on the over. Tony giving us Syracuse as the big fat dog, but we got Tony C coming with us. Now, he's up in Chicago. He's got a solid baseball winner for us, so stick around. We'll be right back with Tony C live in Chicago.
Brad Stein here live from Las Vegas. Join us daily for BettorCenter Live with our professional handicappers, where you get sports information you can bet on. Stop gambling, start winning. BettorCenter Live.
Hey, Tony, how we doing? Looks like you're getting a little water over there, a little rain in Chicago today. We going to play tonight, or what's going on?
Well, here's what we got, guys. It is early here in the Windy City, and yes, it is raining, but it's a light rain. There will be some heavy downforce at times throughout the day. This is a 6:05 Central start, 7:05 Eastern. They said baseball will be played tonight, according to the grounds crew. So as you see in the background here, I'm at, I like to say, the old Comiskey Park or Guaranteed Rate Field. We start with a tale of two cities. Detroit Tigers are in town. I say a tale of two cities. Why? The Detroit Tigers have lost 8 of their last 11, and the Chicago White Sox have won 6 of their last 7. So they're on a roll. And, of course, Eloy Jimenez with the big hit last night. He hit the 3-run homer to put the White Sox on top. So the White Sox are rolling. They are at home. They definitely have the momentum on their side. The two pitchers tonight in the game, Michael Fulmer for the Tigers and Mr. Lopez, Ronaldo Lopez for the White Sox. And he's a spot starter. Dallas Keuchel is out with back spasms. So scratch Dallas Keuchel tonight. It's in with Lopez. Mr. Inconsistency Lopez. He has never made it out of the 4th inning at any of his starts. He is a spot starter again for Keuchel. And then on the other side of the mound, Mr. Michael Fulmer. He hasn't made it out past the 3rd inning in any of his starts. So what does that tell you, guys? We're going to see the bullpens early. We're going to see an over 10.5 here at minus 115. I love the over here on the south side of Chicago tonight. From there, I'm going to throw it back to you, Louis, Bag of Diamonds, Tony, and Dell. Maybe you guys have something for the side, but as far as the total goes, I love the over tonight. You're going to not see these pitchers going deep into the game. And with that, I throw it back to you from the south side of Chicago, Guaranteed Rate Field. Take it away, guys.
All right. Thank you very much, Tony. And I got to let you know, as you said, hammer the over 10.5. The line steamed to the under, and now it is at 10. So do you still like it at 10, Tony? Even after the move? Are you still with us? All right, we might have lost them, but I still like the over, guys. I think the over is a solid play. Tony and I talked about it last night. Fulmer, Lopez, both pitchers over pacing 5-2 to the over for Fulmer, 3-1 to the over for Lopez. I see the over as a solid play. Make sure you get it at the 10. So we're going to play that. Anything on that game from you, Tony? No, Tony Gullidge. Tony Gullidge, you got anything on that game?
I'm thinking
Yes,
I'm
not.
probably – hey, can you hear me now? Excuse me. Can you hear me now?
Gotcha.
Okay, I apologize for that. I'm thinking the opposite of this just for the contrarian point of view. I look at the stats here. I'm looking at 2 pitchers with ERAs over 8, okay, like 8 and change for both of these guys. They're terrible. When I see that, I know everybody's going to think over. So my gut instinct, if I was going to throw a couple nickels on this game, would be to go under just to be contrarian because it looks like an easy over. Personally, I wouldn't put any money here, but that's just my 2 cents on this one.
All right, Dell, you got anything on this game?
No, not really. The man on the street, he gave us a lot of good information, though. 2 really bad pitchers and 2 really explosive offenses. It's kind of hard not to bet the over there, but just like our other Tony said, I'm kind of the type that will fade that type of information that we're given. Like, I like to be the contrarian, too, so I'm not going to be betting this game over. I like the White Sox, but that minus 175 is a little bit too high for me. If you are going to play this game, I'll definitely take that minus 1.5 instead of betting all that juice and ride with the White Sox. But I'm probably not going to be betting it, but if you are going to be betting it, I would suggest White Sox.
All right. Okay, guys. Well, a couple more numbers to maybe twist your arm a little bit. Tigers 5 straight overs when the total is set between 9 and 10.5, and 4 straight overs for Fulmer following a team's loss in the previous game. 5 straight overs for the Tigers with a starter with a whip of less than 1.30. 4 straight overs for Fulmer in the second game of the series. 4 straight overs for the Tigers in the last 5 overall. 4-0-1, sorry. So, and second game of the series, Lopez, 4-0-1 to the over. So I'm going to rain on your parade in Chicago and ride with man on the street, Tony C. I see the over as a nice play here. I see the White Sox as a great play to toss in with a parlay with your Vegas Knights. So there's a nice little 2-team parlay. All right, so back into college football. Let's get back into college football and a couple more games here. Then we'll get into our most interesting play of the day, and let's get to the Blue Devils, the Duke Blue Devils, and the Fighting Irish. Gave you a little opinion there a few days ago on that game, looking for reasons to play it over because Duke is involved, and whenever Duke's involved, I like to find a way to play them over. Duke has been over 4 out of 5. They're 4 out of their last 5 road games, 8-2-1. Their last 11 games overall, 7-1-1 in the conference, and they start out the season to the over with 5 out of the last 6 September games to the over. Notre Dame isn't helping us much with a lot of unders, 11-5 their last 16 games overall. So I'm going to kind of lay away from this total. I think Notre Dame handled them pretty easily last time they played. So I'm a little scared of this game. Anybody got an opinion? Del, we'll start with you.
Not really going to pick a side on this one, but I think this is going to be a statement game, I think, for Notre Dame. This is going to be their very first time actually inside of a conference instead of being an independent team. So I would lean Notre Dame and or the over on this side, but it's not something I'm really comfortable telling somebody else to bet. So I'm going to be staying away from this one, but I do expect Notre Dame to make a statement in this game today.
All right. What about you, Tony? You think Notre Dame's going to make a statement here today?
Golly. I just wonder about their defense, man. If their defense is strong, Notre Dame can compete. That seems to be what I see when I look at Notre Dame. Will their defense be able to stand the pressure of, a conference road games? Usually Notre Dame's the kind of school that can pick their spots. They get to decide who they want to play, kind of where they want to play them. And when you get into a conference, you don't really have that. So we'll see. And this will be an interesting year for Notre Dame fans to watch them actually go through and play a conference schedule. So in this game specifically, if their defense is good, you think it's under. They beat Duke 38-7 last year. I'm never one to want to bet Notre Dame on the spread because of the public influence on the line. For me, if you're going to go anything on here, it would be under. I did not give any information to my clients on this game. Just a gut intuition that under might be the way to go if you're going to play this game.
All right. Thank you very much, Tony. Okay, let's move right along to our next game on the schedule, which is going to be the Ramblin' Wreck of Georgia Tech, and they are at Florida State. Florida State opens up at 11. I said it was too many points. The money didn't believe me, and it is now up as high as 14. So Georgia Tech Florida State getting the steam. The total 55.5 down to 51. Tony, you got anything new on this game today?
I just think people are going by the premise that Georgia Tech's offense is going to be dog shit. I mean, that's kind of what I'm seeing. The spread is going up and the total's going down. So that's telling me the people don't think Georgia Tech's very good. I mean, when I say not very good, I'm talking about struggling to get first downs bad, because that's kind of what Florida State – this is just a tough game. I don't know how you could really be that confident here taking Florida State. Georgia Tech has – given them problems, probably because the scheme, all these games come down to matchups and schemes, especially early in the season. You can get a scheme that throws you off. I would take the under here or just skip it. I'm not really confident with this game.
All right, real quick, Del, because we got to get on with our most interesting plays here very quickly, but do you have anything to add with the Notre Dame game?
Not Notre Dame. I think it was Florida State, right? But the only thing I really got to add
sorry,
for
Florida
this
State,
game,
Georgia Tech. My bad.
Yeah. So like Tony said, I think Georgia Tech's offense is going to be pretty bad. Florida State's defense is going to be really good. I think this is going to be a low-scoring game. I like the under here.
All right, looking for the under here. All right. So, and Tony made a very good point. Favorite gets steam, under gets steam. That means the dog is not expecting to do much of anything. And I'm not ready to believe that in this scenario. I don't think Florida State is good enough to be laying them points. That's just my opinion on the game, but I don't have much to roll with that game either. Okay, so let's go to game number 9 on our schedule. We got the Road Runners and the Bobcats, Texas State. We had some very good information on that game last week. So if you were paying attention, you scored big on that under with us last week. And do we have anything going on that game today? I haven't been able to find anything that really piqued my interest. Do I want to ride the under? Do I believe this team's still going to be a running team here in this scenario? I'm a little unsure, but Texas San Antonio, the Roadrunners come in with 5 out of 6 covers, but 5-15-1 in September. So they don't get their cylinders running till the second month of the season. I got a little bit of over stuff from San Antonio, a little bit of under from Texas State. So I don't have much of a vibe. I'm going to see if Del or Tony has one. Del, do you have anything? Del?
All right. If it's on me, I don't like this game at all. I'm not really going to be riding over or under. The one thing that we kind of learned from them is that they do have that new running game is going to kind of be their what they're kind of hanging their hat on this season. I'm not touching this game at all. I think it's just a disgusting game to bet, so I'm completely staying away from this one.
Okay. All right. Tony, real quick, anything before we get to our last college matchup?
I think with the spread coming down a little bit, I would probably actually lean to the home team, but I'm not going to take anything. I would maybe lay the points. I've seen it dip under 7 in a couple spots, so the money is definitely coming in on San Antonio. I think with the experience of one game under their belt, I think it's going to be helpful to them. So I would lean to the home team here.
All right. Okay. Okay, so now we got one more college game that we really need to talk about because we got some big information here today. I spoke with Big Rick on the game. We all heard from Ross yesterday on the game, or maybe it was Thursday. It's the Kansas Coastal Carolina game, and I don't even know if I have that one on our schedule, Eugene. So, but we need to cover this one. Coastal Carolina is a 6-point underdog. Kansas opens up 3.5. Total goes from 59 down to 56.5. Ross gave us some great information on Kansas. The game has steamed. It is 6. Big Rick, who gave us some winners in the Kentucky Derby last week, will be with us tomorrow in Buffalo, giving us a live update on the Bills and the Jets and his picks for tomorrow. So make sure you tune in for that. And he is also coming in with Kansas. After I'm looking at that and listening to what Ross had to say, and now Rick comes at me with it, I got to be on Kansas. So what do we got here, gentlemen? Tony, are you with us on Kansas?
I'm just going to say I'm offering this as my best bet play to my members at the Inner Circle, greatwhitecapper.com. This is a key game for us this weekend. I really love this game. Perfect 4-0 in college football coming into the day, and I'm hoping to make it 5-0 with this play. So check it out at the website. I'm going to leave it at that. I'm not disagreeing with anybody, but it's definitely a key game for my service this weekend.
Now I'm going to have to buy because I got to find out if you're going against us or not. I mean, I got to say, I mean, I was sold on Ross's take. So no matter whether you want to follow Tony with what he does or not, I would recommend spending a couple dollars to get his opinion on the game. And I'm going to maybe grab him by the shoulders afterwards and find out and see if I can get something for free out of him. Because at the end of the day, Tony's been on fire. And now I'm a little worried because he knows his Coastal Carolina. A few years back, Tony almost picked the damn score. I think it wasn't it was like a score.
You picked the exact score.
And what was it like?
It It was the very first game they played in FBS. It was a home game against the Minutemen of UMass. They were 2.5-point underdogs. You had me on the video, and I gave you the exact score of the game, 38-28.
We're going to pull that old video up because, yeah, giving us a 38-28. I predicted, Buffalo 17-13 against the Jets. That's a prediction. 38-28. That's some serious predicting right there. Prognostication at its best. So give Tony a stop by over at the Great White Capper. And as you can see, the man has been quite the shark for us here at BettorCenter. So big fish eat little fish. Join the big fish. All right. So
like
Dell. That's it. All right, Dell, I think you got a little action on this game as well. Do you not? What do you got for us?
Hey, Tony. So I'm having a little bit of issues hearing. Unfortunately, I'm having a connection issue. But I want to tap on that Kansas game. I'm going to be writing Kansas with you guys as well. I think Ross made a great point in his video and his talk about it a couple days ago. So I'm going to be writing Kansas. I already threw that out to my subscribers as well. So I love Kansas here today. We're going to be hitting Kansas. And I'm not sure what else you have, so I got to try to figure that out. Sorry.
All righty. All right, Dell, thank you very much. So Tony leaves us hanging and interested as far as I'm concerned. I'd like to know what he's doing on that game because I don't know. I'm being honest, guys. I don't know his opinion on the game. I try not to get it too much. I like to talk. I ask them what games they want to talk about, but I try not to get their opinions because, I like to get them here fresh, and then it helps me make some adjustments. Simple as that. All right. So now that being said, it's time for our most interesting play of the day. And yesterday I scored big with our Minnesota and Kansas City game on Minnesota and Cleveland under. Guys, if I get teams mixed up, that's because that's all we do all day. We're talking teams. They were playing here yesterday. I called the Raptors the Heat the other day. I had a guy going off on me. How do you know that you don't know that the Heat are playing the Celtics? Or who are – because I'm seeing a lot of games. I'm looking at a lot of things, and I'm just going off the top of my head from my memory sometimes. And, yeah, it'll mix up a little bit. So, anyways, enough of that. All right, so my most interesting play easily is the Minnesota-Kansas City play under. I hope you bet it last night because it was 8.5. Today it's 8. Remember yesterday in the show I gave it to you at 7. During the show it moved to 6.5. Bet it again tomorrow because whatever it opens up at, it's going to get steamed to the under because that is the play here. Minnesota, Cleveland to the under. It's the gift that will keep giving. All right, now let's get over to Tony's most interesting play of the day.
Well, gave out the loser yesterday with the Cardinals. Going to try to make up for it. I'm actually going to give my best bet for Major League Baseball today, and it's going to be the Cleveland Indians with Plesac starting. You can get it at about minus 115. I see a lot of value. I think Cleveland bounces back. So for me, most interesting play is the Indians with Plesac.
Yeah, I got to kind of agree with you on there. Indians need to grab the win after a couple of those losses. So, but I could maybe tie them in with a parlay. So, Del, most interesting play of the day.
Yes, sir. So for our most interesting play of the day, we already talked about this game earlier today, but we're going Arkansas State versus Kansas State under 54.5, currently at 54. I love this game going under. Definitely my most favorite play, my most interesting play of the day is going to be that game under. If you guys want, you guys can follow me on Warfield Elite on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube if you guys want more plays. So thank you guys. Let's go.
Awesome. Good stuff. Thank you for joining us, Del. Tony, real quick, where can everybody find you right now?
Well, it's thegreatwhitecapper.com is the website. I'm all over Facebook, Twitter, Tony Gullidge on Twitter, Tony Gullidge on Facebook, the Great White Capper Facebook group. Basically, if you go to my website, fill out that contact box, within a couple minutes, I'll get back in touch with you. I'm pretty easy to find.
All right. Thank you very much, Tony. And I'm going to leave you with another little parlay here today because I know you guys like some free picks, and I have no problem giving you free picks. Okay, but remember, free picks doesn't mean that's what all my clients are getting. So if you are interested in looking long-term and seeing what I can do to help you out, certainly stop by louisdiamond.com. Be happy to get you rolling here. So I'll leave you now with a nice little 3-team parlay, and we are going to use the Oakland A's minus $1.85, and we are going to also use Kansas on the money line. A money line. Kansas down on the money line should be minus maybe 280. Then we are going to put that into the Las Vegas Golden Knights. Nice 3-team parlay for you. 3 favorites. Should get you somewhere close to a 2-team parlay payout. So I think you got a nice solid 3-teamer there. And I'm going to start doing that on the show every day. We're going to throw out you some parlays, things that you guys can get some action with. But once again, if you want to get serious, louisdiamond.com is the place to go to build the bankroll. So thank you for joining us here at BettorCenter Live. Don't forget to subscribe to us here on Facebook or YouTube, wherever you're watching us, because we'll be back tomorrow live with opening day in the NFL. Big Rick will be with us from, I don't know what the hell the name of the stadium is. I really don't care about the corporate scumbags. So he'll be in Buffalo before the Bills and the Jets game. So thank you to Spotlight Productions and Eugene Stewart for doing a fantastic job keeping the lights on here. This is Louis Diamond. We'll see you back here tomorrow, 9 a.m. Pacific on BettorCenter Live.